In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can add cool carousel sliders in your website. Now, if you have been using those traditional sliders or carousels, you don't have to use them anymore, since I'm going to be showing you a cool way or a cool effect that you can integrate into your carousels. Now, so here we have a bunch of Pokemons on hover. As you can see, the cards have this cool perspective 3D effect. And then also we have this shiny animation that's going on. It's pretty cool. So here, if I grab a card and let's drag it and leave it, you'd see the cards change. So it's a pretty cool way of interacting with your carousel and slider and changing the different slides. So the source code will be in the description, so make sure to download that, play with it. Now you can use it anywhere you want. So yeah, let's start and let's build this. So here I am in my Pokemon cards.html. So we have a container, we have the Pokemon card div, which has all the things that's needed for the Pokemon card, including the text, the information about the Pokemon, the types, and also a number. Now, the information I've gotten from the Pokedex website. Now, you guys can also check them out. I'll probably add the link in the description. So also the images are used from there as well. Now, I won't be going into the CSS, since I think if you guys have been following me for a while, you know obviously how to add these kind of effects. Without the source code, you would obviously get everything, so you guys can play with that and yeah, look for yourself what I did to get this effect. Now, the main focus would be on the JavaScript, just so that we could have the cards effect that I've shown in the intro. So for this, we're going to be using Swiper. So I've added the two CDNs for Swiper. First is the CSS one, the second one is the JavaScript. So there's that. Now we need a couple of styling for the Swiper. So if you guys have used Swiper, you already know that for basically to use Swiper, we need a Swiper element, and then inside of that we have a Swiper wrapper, and then within that we have all the different slides that we need for the Swiper. So here I'm going to be adding some styling to the Swiper. So first we have the Swiper. So we want to have the width as 100%, so that the Swiper takes in everything. We have a max width just so that it doesn't go out of that. And then we have the Swiper wrapper, which has a bit of padding. And then we have each individual Swiper slide, which has display flex and justify content to center. Now, even though we have the stylings here, we don't have the elements. So we have the Pokemon card. Now, essentially what we want to do is for each individual slide, we want to show one single card. So here we would have the Swiper wrapper, Swiper and Swiper wrapper, and would wrap it around the Pokemon card. And then this Pokemon card would again be wrapped. So we're going to be having the Swiper slide, which would wrap this Pokemon card. And yeah, that's it for the HTML. Now we have the HTML done. Now let's go ahead and add the JavaScript. Now the JavaScript is not too difficult. It's pretty simple, I guess. So, but before doing that, I would add some other Swiper slides as well. So I'm going to be pasting in a couple other Pokemons as well. Let's save. Now, even though I've saved these, we won't be seeing all of them here. So let's see what we have. So here we don't see anything. We just have Bulbasaur and nothing else is getting shown. The reason for that is our CSS. So yeah, so we don't need to worry about that. Once we have the JavaScript, everything would fall into its place. So here in the JavaScript, what we're going to be doing is first, we're going to check if the document is loaded. So if the document is loaded, we're going to fire off a function. Now this function would basically initialize a Swiper. Now this Swiper would have the div. So we have the Swiper div, and then we have an object. Now this object is essentially all the different things that you want your slider to have, or basically your carousel to have. So what we want to have is first we want the effects as cards, and then we want to also be able to grab the cursor and drag it around. So we have this grab cursor to true. We have center slides to true. Essentially, we want everything at the center. So we want this to have center slides as true. Then we have slides per view as auto. So we don't want any specific way of showing how many slides we want to show. So we'll just have it as auto. And then we want the loop to be true. Essentially, what this means is once you reach the last slide, it would again start off from the first one. So basically, it would go on forever. And then the last thing that we have is breakpoints. Now, if you want, you can add the breakpoints. Breakpoints basically are the media query, or basically how you want to have the slides show up on different screen sizes. So there's that. Now if I were to save it, so this is how it looks. I can drag around the cards and you can see they basically change the position. So it's pretty nice, pretty cool. So if you want to add a breakpoint, you can go ahead and add. Now you can go ahead and change these, and yeah, it's pretty nice. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope this was fun. It's pretty short and simple. I just wanted to show you guys how you can make cool card sliders, something like this, using Swiper.js. So yeah, that's it for this video. The source code is in the description, so you guys can download that, play with it. Now, if you're new to the channel, if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, since every Sunday, every week, I bring in quality content like these. So yeah, and yeah, that's it for this video. Meet you guys in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care.